Hello everyone, my name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator with Bear Bull Traders, and I'd like to do a recap for you today on my trades. I traded Save today, that's S-A-V-E, Spirit Airlines, if you will, and I wanted to talk today most specifically about how to trade using ranges. Now, when we talk about ranges, and what I mean by a range is a range is a price distance that is often set by the market makers in order to control transactions. Most stocks throughout the day run a very consistent range that you can trade off of, and I want to kind of show you how to spot that range pre-market and then how to utilize it throughout the rest of the day. As you can see here on the 1 minute here on Save, I'm actually in a position on Save right now utilizing this technique. So I thought, why not a better moment to show you this? So the first thing I'd like to point out is the pre-market on Save. All right, Save was actually moving up pretty well. Everything pretty much gapped up today. But Save was really a mover and had some stuff going on. So the first thing I like to do once I've decided that the volume is there, because the first thing I need to trade a stock is it needs to have a little bit higher than usual volume, something pointing out that it's moving or something's going on. The other thing I really liked about Save was it was actually gapping above the 50 simple moving average on the daily. So that's quite interesting to have it getting back into a stronger position, especially after all the pandemic overselling that's been going on. So if you look back here in the pre-market, you'll notice here starting at $11, I have this marked at 11, mostly because we were topping out through here in this little, after hours area. And then we moved up here and you can kind of see we're going in here and it's a nice round number. So, but you'll notice after that, we can see here flat bottoms going up there and then a flat top support area. All right. And then you notice another support, resistance area here. So I marked those levels, and then what you can look at when you come into here is actually pretty interesting. So you'll notice from 11 to here is exactly 15 cents. All right, from 11.15 to here, you're right, 11.30. It's exactly 15 cents. Again, up to 11.45, 15 cents. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and go up for a pre-market high, which happened to be at 11.60. So you can kind of see we set this very obvious range, right? So now let's zoom in a little bit more so you can see what I was up to. At the open, it set this pre-market high. It broke down. One of the strategies I use is a break of pre-market high, especially when we're doing these. So it sold off but never came back down to this range. It only came back a little less than half of this candle here before it pushed up and broke pre-market high. I was long at the break of pre-market high, partial at 11.70 where my level's at, and then I took another couple partials for P&L up towards 11.78 and 80, mostly just because that was quite the move. So those are some really nice P&L partials. Came back down here, stopped out at break even, and then we came down and hit my level, went through it, but came back above it. So I went long, grabbed a partial, but then got stopped out at break even. Came back down, but held my level again, so I went long. But it came back down and stopped me out, so took a little bit of loss there. It's part of the game. And then we came back up here, back above my level again, long again, partial, and then stop out at break even. So did pretty good here. I have what's called a, generically what I call the 3 strikes you're out rule. Unfortunately, I went 4 strikes on this one, but, it worked, so not a big deal. Now, I was actually up pretty good on my day right here. I only really needed one more decent trade to get above my daily P&L goal, so I was really just waiting for the right moment to get in. Now, a really good spot would have been down here, but after this big move up, which looked kind of like a squeeze, and then this lower top, and then this coming down and hitting here, I really needed more confirmation than just bottoming at a level to go long. So, or to go short, I needed it to break through this level, come up and hold. Because we have the 100 SMA here, so I would have needed it to break this level and then hold underneath 11.30 and then break down to be looking for a short, which certainly could have been doable. But you'll notice we actually broke up here. We had some nice volume on the way up. We got through pre-market high and then came back down. We did a VWAP test. As soon as we hit VWAP, we threw a nice doji there. So with that, I kind of liked that. So I went ahead and went long there with the loss of that candle as my stop out, which it did not do. It held quite nicely. And then we popped up, broke up, got through pre-market high, first partial, and then partial at the break of 11.70. And then we held up here and then partials at high of day, and then 1185 at the top of that range. So now I'm holding in here, and what I'm waiting for is the next range should be right around 12. We've got a large set of asks sitting here at $12, so that seems quite doable. And I would like to get filled. Actually, let's see, 97, 96 actually looks like a little bit better of a spot as far as fill priority goes. So I'm going to take shares off here if we get up to 1196. If for some reason we don't make this and we actually happen to pull back and hold 1156 or even 1165, then I'll look for an add probably. But I think we've got a good shot at this one. So anyway, that was my trade on save. As you can see, we're moving up here towards this partial. Hopefully I'm going to grab it. But otherwise, I wanted to really show you a beautiful example of how using ranges can give you some very easy ways to judge when to get in and when to get out of your trade, especially when you're doing opening range breaks. All right, it can be very difficult. There we go, filled on save. Beautiful. We had a really nice pop up there. We got partials and then stopped out, and then I was playing this range here for the breakup, but it didn't work. So rather than force it, I waited, made sure that we had good confirmation, good strength, and then long here. And then look at that, we're moved all the way up through high of day, almost up to $12. Now I'm going to look for a pullback so I can get an add. If we go through $12 too much more, I'll be out of shares and I'll have to just get out of this thing. So anyway, those are my trades for today. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and as always, keep it green.